Every Titan needs a strong foundation. And for me, Titan Medical is where my foundation begins.
So man, it's good to have you back, right? I mean,
back.
last time you were in, it was like cold outside. I think it's warmed up here in Florida.
Definitely warm. You see, I got my arms out.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. And they look good too, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it's all about. Got the veins popping through there. Look at this.
I'm working, man.
I like it, man. I like it. You know, as we age and get older, man, it's a lot harder for us to keep up our bodies.
Way harder.
Keep tip top.
But the good part about it is we know the secret to
this is true.
Continuing our journey.
That's right.
And we look better than a lot of people that are much younger than us.
1,000,000%.
Probably perform a lot better.
Absolutely.
And especially in the bedroom.
Absolutely.
You know
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you put us against younger people and we look better, that's great. And even in our category, our age, we blow it out of the water. Yeah. You know, I mean, you look at those percentages, it's just crazy. Just the obese and overweight percentage of just people in general, right? 60 to 70%. So it's crazy. But, you know, as we get older, we know where things are going to start declining, start withering, start going down. And, you know, that's where I know, like, you're on like NAD and CJC 1295 and just two great therapies by themselves, but together just combining and helping. So with, I mean, NAD, like for me, because I take these too, you know, NAD is great for me, like mental clarity those days, you know, protecting my body, my DNA. One thing, you wouldn't even think you can damage your DNA, but you can damage your DNA, which is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of folks, they don't realize like just how crazy intricate the body is and how you can manipulate certain things to feel better, heal yourself. The peptides obviously have been a game changer for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Just dealing with different injuries over the years, just feeling like brand new.
Yeah.
You know, and also too trying to stay lean.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. People say they look at me now and they're like, "What do you diet? What's your diet?"
Right.
Like, man, I eat whatever the hell I want to eat. It's really more the peptides and the regimen that I'm on at Titan Medical that really kind of helped me bring everything. Of course, I work out, several times a week.
Of course.
But I wouldn't be able to work out the way that I work out at the pace that I work out now because I don't lift heavy all the time. But it's high reps, low weight.
Yep.
And it's kind of going from boom, 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 boom. But I know for a fact, like, how my joints felt a few years ago compared to how they feel now, night and day.
Yeah.
And my regimen definitely helped me do that.
You know, and that's the other thing too, BPC 157 and TB 500, those healing peptides. I mean, I know they do wonders because I take them. I need a total shoulder replacement on my right shoulder, so I get through every day and still lift pretty heavy. You know, so at that point, I love it, and I know you do too as well. And that's what you got to do, just keep staying active, being able to do these things, and these peptides just do wonders. Like we were talking about CJC 1295 and epinephrine, which is a growth hormone releasing hormone peptide. And at that point, like being able to raise our growth hormone levels back to a good natural level, you know, our pituitary working for ourselves, and then getting all the benefits from that. Like, you know, from the repair and recovery side, all the way down to the anti-aging side, you know, skin elasticity and, you know, just our body in general, being able to recover is a big thing, you know, because as you get older, obviously recovery is not going to be there as much. So, you know, it's big things. I mean, with AOD, I know, you know, on AOD too, is like AOD is great for weight loss, and that's the keep you lean secret, right? I mean, you combine that with the GHRHs, you're going to be on a good train as far as staying lean. And obviously, you know, I know you're very active, you know, and at that point, that plays a huge pivotal role. Like if people aren't active, they could take all of these different therapies, and it ain't going to really help them.
They'd be like, hey, man, what you say that regimen was you do at Titan again?
Right.
It doesn't matter if you're not going to do the other stuff.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we get older and smarter about how we train. Some people just feel like they need to go in and lift a whole bunch of heavy weights. That's not my thing. I did that for years.
Yeah, I feel you on
as a pro athlete, and I'm not trying to do that no more.
Right.
Can I get under heavyweight?
Yep.
Absolutely. But the reason that being is because of the way that I train, and also to the way that I've recovered and choose to recover. Better sleep, you know, better choice of meals too. And I know for a fact if I have dairy on certain days, I should be just about shutting everything down.
Okay.
It inflames me.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's why people need to come in and get their blood work done. so that they can find out stuff that's specific for them. Because if a lot of people choose to go on these fad diets, they see like the hot thing of the moment, like you know, what type of training and stuff like that, and you know, HIIT training ain't for everybody.
Right.
You know, Pilates ain't for everybody.
Right.
You know, yoga's not for everybody.
Right.
So you got to find your own balance.
Yep.
And that's the same way with these peptides. People got to understand too. Yeah, what may work for me, I got a different blood type.
Right.
You know, I have a different activity level.
Yep.
I have a different, you know, my body receives food differently than your body may receive food.
Absolutely.
So that's, you know, I'm hoping that when we put these content out and inform people not just about what I'm doing, but also to the importance of getting blood work done, and also understanding you don't have to necessarily come right here downtown. You do this all over the country.
Yeah, that's a big thing that people, after 13 years of me being on every video and saying nationwide, so nationwide service for everybody out there, and I think it's a big part. Like you said, like everybody's different. Blood work is the key to seeing what's going on inside your body, and it might be different than the guy next to you. So, you know, I even got identical twins that I talked to yesterday. Same DNA, right? Basically the same, but things worked a little bit different for each of these guys, which is really, really crazy. So it's all about, you know, getting that blood work, getting a personalized regimen from our provider. I mean, getting the time there too, to getting to talk to them and go through these things. It's a big thing, you know. I think everybody will benefit from it, and I think everybody needs to look into it. I know you were talking about earlier, like, you know, the investment portion. Your body should be your biggest investment, right? I mean, you're only going to live here in your body.
You either pay
to
stay healthy, or you pay to get healthy.
That's right.
And the getting healthy part is a lot harder than staying healthy.
Yeah, it's true.
And I'd much rather pay for peptides and being on the right regimen than have to pay hospital bills and doctor bills and medication bills.
It's true.
To figure out why my blood pressure is so high, and why I'm swelling up, you know, and got diabetes and all these other things. That stuff ran in my family. And so I'm trying to avoid those things.
Of course, it's the biggest thing.
Again, making the investment in yourself, ladies and gentlemen, and getting your blood work done. You know, not just, you know, I'm not just selling the fact that this place is important, Titan Medical is important, but just your follow-up checkups, you know, get a colonoscopy, get all these things that you need to get. So that then when you do come here, you already know coming in, you can inform them, hey, I've had some issues with high blood pressure, I've had this, I've had that. And then they could, you know, seemingly get your blood work and then put you on a plan that actually can help take you off of some of the medication that you probably are on because of being either obese or being, you know, overweight or having high blood pressure or whatever it may be, gluten allergy. It's a whole lot of different things that you get to figure out for yourself. And that's the investment portion of it, is learning how can I live on this earth the healthiest and happiest that I possibly can, and so that I can be the greatest vessel that God has called me to be. And all of us have a purpose in life. And if you truly understand that you're here for a reason, one of those things that you need to do is be able to articulate that through your health journey. And sometimes it's the most inspiring thing in the world to see someone that used to be 300 plus pounds that drops down to 180, they look good, they feel good, they're able to, you know, do things that they hadn't been able to do in years. Playing with your kids, playing with your grandkids, your brothers, your sisters, being able to do simple stuff like be able to participate in the games when you have family reunions, or you're going to the, you know, the Universal Studios or the theme parks, and you can actually walk and go ride and do just simple day-to-day stuff that, you know, we take for granted.
No, I agree 1,000,000%, and you're spot on. You know, I mean, with people being overweight and obese at the percentage they are, obviously if they lose weight, they're going to be a lot healthier. And they can reverse some of these different diseases. Even type 2 diabetes can be reversed. I know we've had a lot of patients that have reversed that just by changing their lifestyle, changing their diet, getting activity in, obviously dialing themselves in too as well. And that might save a limb. I mean, I was looking at what Ball's dad, LeVar Ball, right? He just lost his leg from diabetes because he didn't, like, they told me he had diabetes, lost a couple toes. He still didn't want to do anything about it, and they chopped his little leg off. I mean, dude, you could die from diabetes, right? People don't, they take it for granted, like, oh, you know, it's just, you know, sugar and all that. I'm like, well, trust me, I know people that have died from diabetes, lost eyeballs and the whole nine. So I take that very serious. I think that's another epidemic that's going on that I think will hopefully be changed here with maybe our food sources if they're getting better and stuff like that, and we get healthier as a country and as people in general. I mean, I think that's the number one thing, that people need to take their health and take it as a priority. And, you know, depending on, it doesn't matter if you're 30, 40, 50 years old, it's not too late to start, right? So even if you're in bad health, you can turn that around. Like you said, those people losing extreme amounts of weight like that, I don't know how many success stories we've had, you know, and people were like, man, you've changed my life, you've changed it for the better, and just a whole different world. So I'm really excited about that. I'm glad we can help you too as well. Because you're a top of the line specimen as is.
I try.
So, you know, I love it because I love working with top of the line specimens like yourself, and, you know, obviously my friend, and just making it better, right? Because, I mean, you're doing all these right things, and it's just adding that little bit in that just makes it even better. So I'm very excited and very happy. And always a pleasure to have you on, bro.
Absolutely. Thank you, man.
You're my man, dude.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.